but I was 2 feet taller than than Mickey Mouse. I was a foot taller than Goofy, and Minnie Mouse, she barely hit my kneecaps, which was really strange. But it's quite a cool park, but there's no any rides in it. There was only like 5 major rides, and we went, one of them we really just didn't fancy, and we went in 4 of them, and only one of them was really good. But the main thing was, it was really, really short, and again, I don't know if it's my memory or if it's a Japanese thing, but the rides were like 2.5 minutes long, so you just got on it and it was finished, and you're like, oh, I just waited 2 hours in a queue for this. Because the main rides are Tower of Terror, which I think is in Florida, it's in MGM Studios, so I don't know what's going on there. They had an Indiana Jones one, which was alright, you know. Terror Tower's Terror Tower. I liked it. But if you've been at once, you know what to expect. Indiana Jones was pretty decent. It had like the big rock coming after you and stuff like that. But it really could have been longer, because you just started getting into it and it was finished. So you didn't really like get scared, if you know what I mean. There was one roller coaster that did a 360 loop, but it was only about 3 stories tall, so it was like, you know, you need to spread it out a little bit more. They had plenty of space to spread it out. The other one was, oh yeah, in Disney Sea. I've got a couple of clips of it, so you'll be able to see it. But basically everything, like, there's lands surrounding this big mountain in the middle. So the first land you hit is Venice. Like, you walk in and it's supposed to look like Venice. It's plastic, but it's quite kind of, you know, you sort of get the feel, I suppose. You see this big mountain and it shoots off smoke and fire and stuff like that, so it was a bit, ooh. You walk around to America Land. Oh my god, it's so funny, all the stereotypes, and Dominiqu's like going, that's not right, that's not right. It was completely right. So that's where Tower of Terror is. Then there is like the National Weather Centre. Then you have so they have a name for it that is like Adventureland or something like that, but it's like, it's supposed to be like Mexico. Basically, because it's got like a lot of Incan stuff, because that's where the Indiana Jones ride is, and the roller coaster, stuff like that. Then you have Agrabah. So it's all Aladdin themed. I've got a clip of the video I've got a video of the restaurant, because we went and had lunch there, and you can tell when they got money to build Disney Sea where all the money went, and it's basically in the restaurants, because the buildings, like, an inside, are amazing, and everything looks great. I mean, that's the thing, that's a very Japanese thing, everything looks great, food looks great, but there wasn't many rides at all. Then we went on the ride that's in the mountain in the middle, which is 20,000 Leagues, no, Journey to the Centre of the Earth, and that was an amazing ride. That was really, really good, but we broke it. Like, we actually broke it. Like, we waited an hour and a half to get on that, right? And we finally got on it, and it's like a 6, like a car. The car's got like 6 in it, so there's 2, 2, and 2. And me and Dominic were at the back, and it was like we barely fit in it because our legs were too long, so our knees are hitting off the seat in front, which is really painful. So it's journey and it's juddering, it's blah blah blah, you know, and then it goes up. Like, you don't realise you're climbing, but eventually you get to, I say eventually, in about 40 seconds you get to the top. And you come out at the top of the mountain, you see the fire and the smoke, you see the whole park, and then you dive. So it's pretty good. But when we got to the bottom, like, we could see the platform we were supposed to get off, but the car stopped and just wouldn't go again. So we're sitting there going like, what do we do? And the Japanese guy, luckily, like, the girls in the car with us were they were Japanese, but they knew a little bit of English, so they were helping like translate for us, because the folk at the park were like, put your hands up, so we're all sitting like this, like, because they wanted to raise the bar in the lap, but the bar was stuck, so we're sitting like this. And the guy starts laughing. He's like, I've not got to stick you up. He says, you know, just keep your hands so that I can raise the bar. So eventually they had to shut the whole ride, get a spanner out, and crank the bar open to lift all the bars, to let us out on the tracks. And the guy did us out with a torch. I mean, we were only about 5 feet away from the actual platform, but we broke it. I'm just glad we were the last people on it, like, before it broke. I'm so glad I wasn't waiting in that queue to be told, oh whoops, some foreigners just broke it. But yeah, that was good. But again, it didn't last long enough. So yeah, but it's a big park, so you're doing a lot of walking, and there's a lot of food. And it's also, it turns out, it's the 25th anniversary of Tokyo Disneyland, so there's a lot of 25 celebration stuff and all that. So Dominique made me get a set of Minnie Mouse ears with a bow and some earrings to walk around in. I felt like I should, but everybody else was doing it, so what can I say? So yeah, and then on Saturday night we went to Outback, because when we went on Friday it was shut. So that was good, had some decent food. I had to laugh. At one point I looked around and it was all foreigners sitting there, and I'm like, I don't feel like I'm in Japan! So it really messed with my mind, actually. But yeah, we were going to go to, and then today we got up, we were going to go to Harajuku because it's a Sunday and, well, the girls will be out, but it'd been raining, so we thought there probably wouldn't be as many people out, and, you know, we're as well just leaving it to, like, later, because we're going to be back maybe summertime to see some sumo, hopefully, so the weather will be better, so I think there might be more people out, you know, to get better pictures. So yeah, we came home 5 hours on the way back. And yeah, so it was a good weekend. I'm totally broke now, and it was strange just seeing all these buildings and no rice fields. You can totally mark the changes, like when you're in the train, and the neon was just, you know, you just hit with it and it's like, ugh. But it was really, really cool. So I'm glad I went. I really want to go back and do some more, and I really need more money to go back and do some more, because it's a really expensive city, especially for eating, and you can't live out a convenience forever. I've tried, you can't do it. So if anyone knows a magic way of saving money on food, then let me know. So yeah, that's pretty much up to date. There was a murder mystery party actually a week ago. There's some videos up of that. That was an absolute gut laugh. It was for charity, so, you know, we're doing our bit as well. So yeah, there's not much going on for the rest of the month. It's the it's the spring holidays in 2 weeks' time. So that's going to be interesting because I've got no money, I can't go anywhere, but everybody else is. So yeah, that'll be me in the house, so a good book or 2 or 3, maybe even 4. Yeah. Okay, so I suppose a bit of time for me to say cheerio. I know this has probably ran over 5 minutes, and I'll speak to you soon. Oh, and for all those people asking about Interact and stuff like that, I'm going to put up like a wee separate video just for you people, so that I'm not boring my friends and family and whatnot with questions about you know, wages and holidays and what you do at work and how you stop falling asleep at your desk. I haven't fell asleep, I might add, if anyone from Interact sees this, but it's really, really hard